gonna be starting here soon, real soon, people. Good morning, good morning, good morning, world. Good morning. Welcome to Kirk's Pencils. Welcome to Kirk's Pencils. We are going to get back into our bad boys of Gotham. And today I'm going to work on what we had started 2 days ago, which was the Joker. We're going to put him on some Bristol board like we did the other three. And I just want to say welcome. In the description below you will see I have a free PDF sketch download for you, digital download, which is the first step is a head pre-sketch of how to draw Deathstroke and Nightwing, and the second one would be the actual finish. You can have that for free for yourself, improve it, use it for the young people in your home or some kids that you know, and let them discover their artistic abilities. Also, if you consider supporting my art, follow me at patreon.com/KirkAllen, KirkAllen. That way you'll be helping support me as I go out into the public and teach kids how to draw. And I'm going to do that by zooming in at libraries. So by becoming a part of my Patreon page, you'll be a participant in that as well. And also you get a behind the scene look into my private sketchbook, where you'll see those pre-sketches before they become full sketches. Also, by becoming a Patreon, once a month we'll do a Zoom hangout, ask questions, show your art, I show my art, we critique it, talk about movies and other things of that nature. Also available in the description below in this post, you'll see Kirk's Pencil Gumroad. My Gumroad consists of about 8 different finished digital pictures that you can download for one price. Those pictures individually coming in frames, I sold at a whole different price. So you being an exclusive follower of my social media page, you get 8 of those at the price of half the price of one. Also, there's the blueprint, my blueprint sketchbook. Those are pictures that you'll find on my Instagram channel, where I interview different artists, and also you will see some live sketches of some friends of mine where we do collabs. And all of those collabs I've collected in a blue pencil format, and that's in a digital download for you as well. So we're gonna get started on the Joker. I just wanted to plug those in for you right now, so you the guys that know what's going on with that. And I just want to say welcome to Kirk's Pencils. We about to get started. Thank you for joining me. As you can see, this was the Joker that I did in my sketchbook a couple of days back. So now we're going to put him on a digital print. Not a digital print. We're going to make him a digital print, but I'm going to put him on some Bristol board to make it the same size and the same format as my other 3 bad boys of Gotham. So I was working on the mouth, because that's the challenging part, trying to get these teeth in here. So when I draw him today, sketch him out today, I want to make sure that I get this in correctly. So I put this over here on the side so I know exactly how to sketch this in. Everything you see here is a pre-sketch with the finished flesh part. So by becoming a Patreon, you will see a lot of pictures like this. That's on my Patreon page. They're not finished, they're not inked, they're not colored. It's just right here like this in my sketchbook. And by choosing one of those pictures when you become a Patreon of mine, I will, from your choice of any picture that you find on my Patreon page, I will mail you, for becoming a Patreon, a free, one time, 8.5 by 11 full color print in a frame, mailed directly to your home. Now, if you're outside of the United States, we can discuss the shipping, but other than that, you won't pay full price for these pictures. Because when I go to art and craft shows and sell these pictures, I sell them for about from $18 to $24. It all depends on the size and if you want it in a frame, special packaging. Okay. So this is what you'll see on my Patreon page, along with some videos and other things. And there's also free, all the time, any choice that you choose. If you don't want the free picture, free color picture, you just want the simple sketch like this, inbox me, let me know, and I will send you the PDF of that print, of this unfinished sketch from my sketchbook. I'll mail it directly to you. So you can email me at this email address, allen4247@yahoo.com. By emailing me your request there, I'll make sure that we exchange information in the right mailing address for you, and I will send it directly to your home. Okay? So we're gonna, I'm not sure if my music is too loud, but we're gonna get started. So I'm gonna get my Bristol board. We're gonna put them on this board. As before, the other three bad boys of Gotham, I'll show you real quick before we get started. We had Two-Face. Then I did the Penguin. And this is all the bad boys of Gotham. And then I did the Riddler. So now today, we're going to transfer the Joker to this Bristol board for my Bad Boys collection. And to come, there's going to be a bigger print of that with Batman. Also, there's a video on this thread of the Batman that I drew. Take a look at him. I inked him on some different kind of board. It wasn't Bristol board, but I was just testing that material out to see how it would handle the permanent markers and Copic markers. So this is what we're doing today. I'm gonna sit this on my stand so I can draw him in, and I hope you stay tuned. This is part one. I'm not sure how many times I'm gonna work this boy. I'm trying to put it on my stand, but I got my camera in the way, so excuse me while I reach over you. Okay. There we go. Now I can see him. I can see you. I can see my board, and also we can chat back and forth. Everyone from all my different pages. If you want to talk, we can talk. Everyone can see who's saying what from board to board. So I'm gonna say welcome, hello to all, and we can all talk together. Okay? Everybody can chat from Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter. I don't know if Twitter lets you chat. I think Twitter just lets you view when you're doing a real live stream on that page. I know I used to stream on what was that old site? I can't call it, but it switched. They faded out and they went to Twitter. So had a lot of followers on there too. Periscope. Had a lot of Periscope followers. So if they follow me on Periscope, it switched all the way over to Twitter. So those people on Twitter, we can all talk. If you can chat on Twitter, I'm not sure if you can. So let me get started. It's going to look pretty light when I start drawing this in. And I'm looking at my screen in front of me and at you at the same time, so I can see who's chatting. So let me make this screen bigger to see what you're seeing. Make sure that I stay in frame. And I need to get one more thing before I start with this. Get one more thing before I start with this. Just to stay on point with my drawing. And when you become a Patreon, I'll discuss and show you my process when I start putting these drawings into my sketchbook. But there's a lot of steps I take before I do a live video sketch. I practice. Let me reach over here. I practice a lot before I start doing it live and putting it on this Bristol board, because Bristol board ain't cheap. It costs money. Bristol board is not cheap. Alright, so we're up and rolling. I gotta make sure I put this in the right spot when I start. This is a light gray Copic Cool Erase pencil. Not sure if you can see that. Let's see if I can put that in. It's a Cool Erase pencil and it's a grayscale. So I mean, you can start with like a 2H, 6H, and I have those too. But I like these Cool Erase pencils because mostly they blend. And when I start putting inks on them, they don't smear. So if I use the regular charcoal, sometimes that smears with the inks. So when I go to this number 2 pencil and I start fleshing this drawing out, sometimes I have to lighten it up or use my Copic pens. Copic whatever, what you call it. I don't know all the technology terms, you know. I'm an old dude, so I jack up the names all the time. I may call it a marker, I may call it a pretzel stick, who knows. So excuse me if I don't have the right terminology, but if I show it to you, you know where you can get this pencil from. Any dollar store. You'll know where you can get this pencil for, an art and craft store. You know where you can get this eraser from. You know, the Copic multi-liners. That's what they're called. Now I'm doing Copic multi-liners. That's the correct terminology. I was just looking at the screen, make sure you can see the words across them. See, I'm just saying Copic. You may be thinking of big fat markers, and I got the multi-liners, and I'm trying to tell you that. So let's get started on the Joker. I should have got me some more coffee, but that's water under the bridge now. I gotta get started on this stream. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna be streaming, but I'm here for the duration. And we're gonna get this party started. Right now. Just checking everything, making sure that I'm not just communicating with myself and nobody else, but I want to make sure I respond to any of your responses. So if you don't hear me talking to you, just some focus on this drawing. Okay, let me get relaxed, let this little jazz play, and get into the Joker. The bad boys of Gotham. I should have put that on the title screen. Now I know what I should do. Maybe the next time. I'm always trying to enhance. So, as always, I'll start out with the basic circle. And the way this is going, I think I may need to drop that because when I frame it, it may be too high because his hair is going to be some everywhere. But I want to make sure I get his chin in there too, because the Joker, whenever you draw the Joker, everything about him is exaggerated. From his mouth to his eyes to his hair. I don't have any hair. So you should be able to see that. Yeah, you can see it. And I'm just messy at this point. Just messy at this point. Should have took that autofocus off, that's for sure. So some of my settings may not be correct because I'm watching and I'm seeing things happen when they shouldn't be happening. But we will do better. And those of you that are here with me, I try to stream at 7 a.m. Central Time. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. But this morning I was taking some extra steps, doing some other things, setting up other stuff to get this stream together. So this is going to be the width between his pupils and his eyes. Trying to get that in for spacing purposes. So you're watching me do all this. And this is sort of my process. I practice this way with this picture more than once. When I start to do a drawing, this is what I do. I frame it out first to make it my style and to familiarize myself with the picture. So you will see me, if you watch my videos, you will see a lot of my videos start out this way. And they start out this way because I'm getting myself familiar with the character that I'm trying to draw and the proportions of the face. This is going to be a front view face, and maybe eventually I will go to 3/4 poses for my Bad Boys of Gotham. But for this specific project that I'm working on, they're all frontal views. Front view, looking right at you. I'm tripping. I have some other projects I need to get back on today, but I'm trying to stay dedicated to myself on continue to draw. So I work on these during this time. So now I'm worried about the exaggerated chin. I'm worried about the exaggerated chin. That may be off the page. So sometime I fall into that situation as well when I'm drawing. This line here is just going to be the in between of the mouth and the teeth, I believe. Looking at my sketchbook and the drawing. So his cheeks. exaggerate his cheeks. I think I did this live, drawing this in my sketchbook live. I think I did this live a couple of days ago. When I sketched it out in my sketchbook. Only this time I'm getting it prepared for this Bristol board. Getting it prepared for this Bristol board. This Bristol board is not cheap, let me tell you. I mean, you get maybe 25 or 50 in a pack, but you want to use it wisely and not mess it up. So now I'm seeing a mistake I've done. That mistake was dropping his head. I should have kept it where I had it. But that's why I always start like this, because I can make changes to make it fit properly. This is just the undersketch. This is not, it don't look like the Joker now, but it will when I finish. So I'm not pressing hard. That's another reason why I use this gray Cool Erase pencil. I'm about to say Copic marker line. So if I need to change anything at this point, I can. So now looking at my sketchbook, and looking at what I've shown you so far, I'm trying to see where, let me turn my paper over so I can look at where I placed everything. Okay, now I see why I had that line there. And just to show you what I'm looking at, this is actually my go-to. You know, this is my go-to. I sketch out my undersketch, and then I look at this is my practice sheet, and then I look at my sketchbook, put them side by side to see how I'm gonna redraw it. So sometimes when I'm at art and craft shows, I have the sketchbook right next to me and that print as well sometimes. So when I'm sketching live, when I'm selling my prints, you know, people see my process and they see exactly what they're purchasing and what goes into it when I'm drawing these pictures. You know, I believe a lot of artists do that in Artist Alley at Comic Cons. So it's sort of the same. Now I gotta square them up. Square them up. I want his ears to be exaggerated. So I'm gonna take that there. Then I gotta get his jawline in and his chin. Yeah, see? I see that already. It's gonna fall off the page. But when I put it in the frames that I have, I can work with it to make it fit properly. So at least on day one, you'll get to see this print. I don't need to have my email address rolling across here. Let me get that out of there. You email me at allen4247@yahoo.com for any requests, or you can type it in chat if you have a request of something for me to draw, and I'll work on that and put it on the stream. So we're gonna take the email out of there. I didn't realize I had that going across the screen, so let me stop that now. So sometimes I favor one side of the face from the other, so I have to watch what I'm doing. at this point to get all the features in correctly. So I think I'm gonna stop there. This is gonna be the start of him. And looking, I have more space here. So this is not a digital print, so I can make changes and just move it up and move it down. That takes erasers. I can't just click, and move it when you're drawing traditionally. But when I frame it, I can work it. I can work it where it looks nice. So at this point, should I start over and move it up and bring to get it sized on this picture? Because I draw big, and this is actually a 9x12. So here I'm trying to figure out if I should start over. That means erasing and going back to that same process again. And at this point, I'm happy with how I did my undersketch. I'm just trying to see what move should I make next, and I need to charge these cameras up before I lose everybody. So I'll do that now. Do that now so I won't have any issues with that. I disappear and you guys don't see me. Let me plug everything in. Because when you get to working, you know, time is things can start disappearing. So I'm trying to decide if I should move this up because I need the hair probably there and the chin probably here. To be honest with you, because if you look at the other drawings, if you look at my other drawings, see how everything is proportional, and I can fit them in the frame. When I get the Joker, his head is kind of dropped. I need to erase this and start over, and I'm going to use this and this as my little guide points. It's called a pink eraser. So that's what I'm using. You can get these at the dollar store. I think you get about 6 or 7 of them in a pack. So we're gonna erase this and start over. This is what happened when you draw traditionally. There's no fancy little click button to start over. That's the only difference about drawing traditionally versus digitally. Digitally is really quicker. And when you're drawing traditionally, you gotta have erasers. So his hair and his jawline is pretty much the focal point of the Joker. So when I sketched him in, I seen I had to move him because he wasn't really all on the page. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the center line back in, I'm going to, I know I want his hair up here. And his hair is going to be a bit exaggerated because I'm making that, excuse me, the focal point. So I know that's where the top of the ear is going to be. So now I got to get his head in there. Which means drawing that circle all over again. And so when I sell the original prints, this is why they sell so much, because you spend so much time creating this picture that making a print of it is easy, but getting rid of the original is the hardest part for an artist. Okay, so I know this is going to be the side of his face. The bottom of his eyes is going to drop here. Then I need to get in between those eyes for the nose, the left eye, the right eye, come across that to keep the level for the eyebrow. Drop this in between for the nose, the cheeks. I'm exaggerating the cheeks. They're gonna be over here and over here. Ear. Gonna put the ear in. And I'm just being messy. So this is how I like drawing. Or this is how I like sketching. So now we're gonna get the cheek in there. Now I'm right where I want to be. I'm right where I want to be with this joke. Between here and here. For framing purposes. When I say framing purposes, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. And I want the tip of the nose there. The molars in the back, I want them to hit there. Okay, that may change, but looking at this under sketch, that's where I want everything. So now you saw me mess up and come back and correct with this Cool Erase pencil. Because when I get the color in this, I'm inking it, and I put my eraser back on it, not even necessarily the pink eraser, but my gum eraser, it'll bring up all the lead. It will actually not bleed through the picture when I put the colors down. So that's another reason why I like Cool Erase pencils. It's something I've learned from other artists and experiencing it for myself. Copic markers are not cheap, so when you mess those up, you'll understand, hey, I need to change something up. This is getting kind of costly. Alright, so the nose will go in between here. The pupils, I'll put there. Alright, so we're done with that part. I can start fleshing them out now because I got him equally on my page. Like I said, this part is where I always mess up because I tend to favor one side from the other. So I have to stay on point with this. And watch my process as I'm sketching. And I already see how I'm favoring one side. But I need room for those teeth. That's why I'm drawing so big. So when I say framing, this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you. So when I set my pictures up for selling at art and craft shows, I put them in these bordered backgrounds. This was the Black Panther. So you can see when I frame how much space I have that I gotta calculate for when this picture fits inside this frame. And this is this is a print. This is not the original. So by becoming a Patreon at my page, whenever you see any of my sketches on my Patreon page, once you become a patron, there's a couple there for you to view in my private sketchbook. There's a lot of prints like this. They're either underdrawn, they're not colored. And when you subscribe to any tier there, you will get a one-time free print, 8.5 by 11 and 11 by 14 matted board frame, such as this, to rail directly to your home. And that's the Black Panther. Okay, so that's why I have to pay attention when I place him on these Bristol boards, so that when I frame them or make a print, it fits properly. So that's something I think of when I'm sketching. Okay, so that's that. So now let's flesh them out. Let's flesh them out. Let me look at this a little bit. Okay. And sometimes looking in the screen and taking it and looking at it, I can see if it's leaning, if it's correct. You can't tell because my table's kind of tilted, but you looking at it looks like it's flat. So that's another thing I need to pay attention to, that I'm not leaning. Okay, so I'm good with that. So I should get my Cool Erase black pencil. That's what I should get, my Cool Erase black pencil, but I'm gonna stick with this General 2. I can't say that word, so I'm not even gonna jack it up, but I can say Dixon 2, number 2 soft edge. This is what you use in high school when you're taking those tests. That's what this is. Okay. So let's work on his eye. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. So now I'm getting him prepared for the hard line drawings. Crazy eyebrows. They're going to be exaggerated. Sometimes I have to make sure I put those in the right place too. So when you're drawing, if you don't get the eyes correctly, it can throw off your whole sketch. So this time, this process here, you have to really be careful. And the shine on my paper is what's throwing me off. So I gotta look at the screen and look down as I draw it. Sketching in to make sure that I do it correctly. And looking back at my reference, which is my own sketch, so you can see now we're working on the Joker. Now we're working on the Joker, one of the bad boys of Gotham. This is what that mouthpiece, that's the exaggerated cheek. So I'm in a community where we're learning how to color and show a lot of our behind-the-scenes sketches with one another. I'm thinking there was a challenge put out. I think I'm going to recommend the Joker. We haven't did the Joker much in that community. It's always Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, the popular guys. But I'm doing the villains in response to something that my father had requested before he passed away. He wanted me to, I did a picture of the Joker for him, and he wanted me to do a host of bad guys for him. I didn't know he was in the comics. That's something, I made sure I had money to go get when I was younger from the chores I did around the house. But I didn't know he was such a fan of these guys until I started drawing. And I used to hide my art from my family members. And when I got older and started really getting into this thing, drawing these characters, he was more excited about what I was doing and how quickly I advanced. So he wanted some villains as a collection to put on his wall, and I was able to get him too, but I really wished I would have fulfilled his request. That's just a little personal thing from me to you. Never stop drawing. Keep working. Okay, so that's part of his wrinkle face. I don't want to make him look like the Hobgoblin. I want him to be the Joker. So let's get to these funny ears that we're going to exaggerate. So I'm putting him behind that high cheekbone because, of course, he got this crazy grin on his face. So his head is going to be tilted down just a bit. So for his hair, which this is what this is for, put like an S in there. So I know that's where that is going to go. So now let's work on that mouth. Like I said, I'm exaggerating this a bit. I need to change that to that. here. Those teeth is what's going to really make this. This drawing. So he's a clown. He's really a clown. But he's a bad boy of Gotham. One of the bad boys of Gotham. So as I'm drawing this, I'm seeing how I'm favoring one side of the face again. He's really not a big guy, but he can handle his own up against Batman. So I'm going to give him a little superhero neck. Strong little neck. Some of this may change. It may not stay the same as I have it drawn here. Keeping my space. Changing things as I go. And I put this eraser out here and I ain't even using it. Eraser. I need to start using it. I will be watching some of the NFL tonight. Start of the regular season. See, that's why I don't use this eraser. So now I need to slow down because I'm getting excited. Making mistakes along the way. So I interviewed a guy who's part of my community and he does great work. Salvador is his last name, and this brother's work is amazing. But he told me that when he does a print, it takes him a couple of days because he put a lot of time in it and starts slow. Prints are amazing. You can check out that interview on my Instagram page at Kirks_Pencils. I don't have the actual name underneath my icon up there, but it's Kirks_Pencil for all those pages. YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and Facebook. Facebook says Kirk's Art Page /KDA Pencil. That's the only one that's different. Everything else is Kirks_Pencils. Alright, so we got his crazy looking neck in there. So now we're going to get the hair in here. So here I'm just free-forming. Pretty much free-forming where I want that hair to just flow over his head. And it's gonna be messy. until I get it to where I want it. So it's gonna be messy. And that's just what this drawing looked like. It just looked like a whole bunch of mess right about now. Until I start getting it into play. That's my drawing, so I can make it how I want it. I don't have to follow everybody's rule. It may be a rule, but hey, I don't know it. I'm doing it the way I want to do it. So you may be watching this and you may be saying, hey, you're doing it wrong. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your observation. So once again, I'm favoring one side, and I see it. That's why I saved this guy for last, because every time I draw him, it's something new. Something new that I see. Well, his hair is crazy, so, and it's green, so that's another thing. It's a crazy color. So I am like burning up right about now. That's where I want his teeth to go. So I need to work that nose a little bit. May change that too. And of course, he has a bow tie on. I may show some of that. Really seeing some of my because I'm watching and I'm seeing things happen when they shouldn't be happening. Literally everyone, everywhere. 2021. Who the heck is that? Hold on a second. Let me respond to that. Because I'm watching Exact Approach, I'm seeing things happen. So, what do you mean? question mark. I didn't see that come up. So you may be seeing frames drop if you're seeing anything. That's cool. Welcome to the chat. Welcome. So this is my Joker. How I box them in, and I may come back tomorrow or later this evening and finish this off. But for now, so what do you mean exact approach? That's somebody on Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw that. I wasn't looking at the time. $2021, huh? Somebody being funny. Okay, so that is where I warn him so far. Some of this I may keep and some I may not keep. But this is day one. And some of this I may have here, and some of it I may not. I may get rid of some of this stuff, you know. But this is where I'm gonna stop for now this morning because it's going on 9 o'clock. But that's the start of the Joker. It's the start of my Joker. That's where I'm at. I'm good with that so far. And I may leave it there for today. But there's a lot of work on here I need to do. I'm looking at the one side, like I said, that I'm favoring on his ear, his hair, the teeth, the nose I need to fix, that collar, that neck. You know, I may take all of that out. I may not keep all of that. But this is the undersketch. This is where I start. I start here first before I finish it. So a lot of things could change. That's why I'm messy at this point. Okay, so I think that's it for right now. I've been working on this for a minute, for almost an hour. So I will return maybe this evening and we will clean this up, straighten out what needs to be straightened, and then come back and finish. Because we're going to ink them like the rest of my bad boys. You know, my bad boys always start out until I can straighten them out and get them to this point. You know. So this is the start of the Joker. Bad Boys of Gotham, which would eventually move to a bigger project. But for now, this is it. So thank you for viewing. Remember, you can always follow me at these links that are available in this post. Get your free PDF download of my behind the scenes look at my sketchbook. There's a print of Deathstroke and of Nightwing to show you how I in my pre-sketch stage to my flesh stage. Also, if you become a Patreon at my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Kirk Allen, KIRK, you'll get a one-time free print, fully colored print in a matted frame delivered directly to your home. As long as you live in the United States, a one-time free offer. All you need is your mailing address, but just by choosing a tier and becoming a Patreon, this is one of the gifts that's available to you. Also, you can get at any point, at any time, a free digital download of a pre-sketch of anything you see on that Patreon page. By becoming a Patreon, we do Zoom Hangout once a month, where we can talk to each other, see each other, draw, talk about movies, talk about art, talk about whatever. Also, when you become a Patreon. In the link also, you'll see Kirk's Pencils gum roll. On that gum roll, there's about 8 to 9 different digital prints like this that's available to you at half the price for one print. But you'll get 8 digital downloads by choosing my sketchbook prints. Also in that gum roll is a collection of my blue pencil sketchbook. Everything I drew in blue ink and blue pencils, that's available as well. So thank you for tuning in on part 1 of The Joker. We will come back either later tonight or tomorrow and clean this up, even out what needs to be fixed before I go into inking. Thank you for viewing. I'll catch you on the rebound, and have a great day. Deuces.